and then we will just let her jump right in so she can get started. So Kasey, I just wanted you to kind of tell your story and how you got started with It Works and everything like that.
Okay, I think I can handle that. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Glad to see you guys on here. So my name is Kasey Brookover. I'm a triple diamond and a top income earner. I like to call myself a pending presidential because I'm very, very close to hitting prez. I have been with It Works for 3 years. I got started 3 years ago because I was an elementary school teacher at the time, and I thought that was my life purpose. I never, ever thought that I would make a career change. That year was my 3rd year teaching, and my little boy was 18 months old at the time, and one day my principal just pulled me in the office and said, "I'm so sorry to tell you this, but there's been one job cut in our school, and you're the one that's losing your job." I hadn't done anything wrong. That's just what happens. You know, education is a publicly funded thing, so when there's not funding, there's not always going to be a job. At that time, I had never, ever considered network marketing. I had never considered It Works. In fact, I was very closed off to the idea. So if you have people on your Facebook that are very closed off and standoffish and closed-minded, just give them some love and some grace, because you never know when they're going to sign up and be your top incomer. You never know. But when I was left with no other options and no other choices, then I had to find a way to make money for my family. So at that time, I had been watching a local girl, for about a year. She was posting that she was making like $17,000 a month. She was buying brand new clothes, brand new shoes for her children that she had never done before. She had 3 under the age of 3 at the time, and I knew that they had struggled previously at that, but I had watched her go from that to making just incredible amounts of money. However, there were lots of other women in my area that had given It Works a try and that had failed. So I allowed a lot of other people's negativity about their failed It Works business fill my mind with negativity. And because I saw one person succeed and lots of other people fail, my mind thought, well, then, number one, it's not for me, but number 2, it's not a real thing. You know, nobody is successful, and the girl that's saying that she's successful is lying or whatever. I had a very negative mindset about it. I feel bad about it now. But then when I lost my job and I had to decide what I was going to do, I don't even remember this, but people have reminded me this now, that apparently I made a post on my page and said, hey, I need to find a way to make some money. What can I do? And lots of people tagged this girl that I had already been following for a while. So they tagged Kelsey Ullum. And if you know who Kelsey Ullum is, she's a presidential diamond now. So I finally reached out to her and I was like, listen, I'm not even sure I'm interested in this. I don't know anything about it. I've never done anything like this. I don't even think I had ever tried a product before. I'm not even sure this is for me. But I have to figure out a way to make some extra money until I get rehired. Tell me about what it is that you're doing. I don't even know that I'm interested. Just give me your spiel. Let me hear it and whatever. So she told me everything. She answered all my questions and I said, okay, thanks. I'll let you know. And for 2 weeks, I thought about it and I kept telling myself, nope, I'm not going to do that. Nope, I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not going to do it. But I kept thinking about it and saying, no, I'm not going to do it. Well, don't you think that if I wasn't going to do it, that I wouldn't still be thinking about it? So finally, when it was 2 weeks later and I was still telling myself, nope, I'm not going to do that. And I'm like, why am I still thinking about this? Like, why am I still telling myself I'm not going to? It should have already been a thing gone and done out of my mind, you know? So, I realized at that point, my biggest problem was I was afraid, and I was afraid of failure. Well, by not giving myself the opportunity to try to succeed, I was automatically guaranteeing that I was going to fail. So luckily, I got my head out of my rear end, and I reached out to Kelsey, and I was like, all right, I'll see what I can do. I'll give it my best. I'm sorry, guys, my hair is driving me batshit crazy right now. I'll see what I can do. I'll give it my best. We'll see where we go. Let's give it a try. And she was like, okay, awesome. Well, I hit the ground running. If you're a new distributor on here, I want you to hear what I'm saying right now. The reason that I became successful, and I won't say I was like diamond in 2 days or anything crazy, but the reason that I immediately started enrolling was because I followed the lead of my leader. I listened to what she told me to do, and I would do it, even if I was like, I don't know how the heck I'm doing this. I'm gonna do it anyway. She said to do it. She's making $17,000 a month. Apparently, she knows something about what she's talking about. So I followed the lead of my leader, and I would encourage you to do the same thing. My first month in, my first paycheck was $19.20. I joined at the end of the previous month. So a lot of people could be like, 19 freaking dollars. Are you kidding me? I was like, oh my God, $19. And I joined for 99. It's not like I joined for 10 or something stupid. I joined for 99. And I was like, $19, 4 days, and I made 20 bucks. That's so cool. I had such a positive attitude about it. Your attitude about everything is really what's going to make you or break you, you guys. So the following month, I enrolled 30 loyal customers. Just one day, I got a wild hair up my butt, and I was like, I'm going to enroll one LC for every day of the month. And that was back before Host Post, y'all. So that was interesting. And I told her, I was like, I'm going to try to enroll one LC for every day this month. And she was like, that's awesome. I'm sure she was like, you're freaking nuts. But she was like, that's awesome. So it was kind of a joke at first, but halfway through the month, I was like doing really well. And I was like, holy crap, I can like actually do this. I just have to be very consistent. And by the end of the month, I did it. I enrolled 30 LCs, and I got myself to Ruby that month and got a $500 bonus. So then my next check was $500 and something on top of my Ruby pay, because at that time the $500 was a one month payout lump sum. And I can remember getting out of yoga class, sitting in my car and seeing on the 8th that next check that was going to come through after I'd gotten paid $19.20, and sitting there and just crying. I thought that I was like richer than rich. And don't get me wrong, at that moment, the money that I made, I was richer than rich. But looking back now and how much money I make now, I'm just like, it's just so crazy how my perception of money has completely changed just because of this business. I'm sorry if you can hear my toddler in the next room. She's just decided that she is allergic to sleep here lately. So my husband will be going in there. We're just going to just talk through this. I'm hoping that you're going to be okay with that. So I did end up getting rehired at my same school. I was very fortunate to get rehired. At the time, I wasn't making enough money to just completely leave and to cover my teaching salary. So I continued. When I got rehired, I had the choice. Am I going to just let this go because it did what I needed it to do and got me through the summer until I got my next job? Or am I going to continue doing it? Sorry, Katie. So I was like, it would be really dumb, really stupid for me to just completely give up on something that I can do in my spare time, that's making me an extra income, and that I'm actually thoroughly enjoying. Why would I give that up? So I continued doing it. So until I hit Diamond, still working 40 hours a week. 6 months in, I hit Diamond. Funny thing, I hit Diamond in October. November, a couple different things happened. In November of that year, we had gone through 4 different nannies for our little boy from August when I started teaching to November. We were on number 4 that quit on us because of one reason or another. It was like God kept saying, you need to be home with your little boy. And I kept saying, awesome, can't do that. But I just kept feeling this pull that God was telling me I needed to be home with him and not at school with 25 of other people's children all day long. But we had 3 different student loans between the 2 of us, my husband and I. I honestly don't even know how many credit cards we had, at least 4. We had a mortgage. We had 2 car payments. So giving up my salary was just not feasible. So November, our 4th nanny of the year said, hey, my father has dementia. His doctor says he can no longer live alone. I'm going to have to move him into my home, and I just can't care for your child anymore. I'm so sorry. And another one had to get a job because her husband was losing his job. 4 different people. And we were like, oh my gosh. So the same week that happened, I had been, we found out that we were expecting our second child right before school started. And I had been having contractions. I was only 19 weeks pregnant. I had been having contractions for a couple weeks off and on, and my pregnancy was already high risk. So I finally called my doctor and I was like, listen, I've been having contractions for a few weeks. They're just here and there, so I know they're not progressing me or anything, but I was taking weekly injections right in the rear. I had to get a weekly shot in the butt every week to make sure that I didn't go into preterm labor, because I had before. And when I called him and said, I think you should probably know about this, my doctor was like, what? So I had to go see the doctor that next morning, and he looked at me that day and said, you can't go back to work. You cannot go back to work, because it is very obvious that your career, because you have to be on your feet so much with what you do, is what's causing you problems with your pregnancy. He's like, I don't know what to tell you, but if you want to keep yourself safe and your baby healthy, you can't go back to work. So all of that happening in the same week, no babysitter, not be able to go back to work, typically would have been absolutely terrifying. Don't get me wrong, it was so scary. But because I had continued with my business, and I still continued, I was still consistent with it, even when I was working 40 hours a week, even when I was having problems with my pregnancy, even when I had an 18-month-old at home to take care of, even when I had life, we had a million other things. Everyone's busy, you guys. Everyone's busy. But I continued to work my business every single day. I had that diamond income to fall back on. So I'm very happy to say that fast forward to the end of that school year, I had a very healthy baby at the end of March. I was due at the beginning of April. And then I had my maternity leave April to June. And at the end of June, I walked into the Board of Education. I said, here's my resignation letter. Thank you for everything. I will never be coming back. Because of the time I had allowed myself, and I had poured into my business and said, I'm not going back. I know that the reason God is saying, hey, you need to be at home, is because he's allowing me this time to work on my business. It's funny how I was just like, nope, can't do it. Nope, can't do it. So God was like, all right, cool. I'm going to take your job away. Okay, you didn't listen that time. I'm going to take all 4 of your babysitters away. Oh, that's not good enough for you? I'm going to make you have some contractions. Now do you hear me? And I was like, okay, I get it. So I retired. I left, I was 29 at the time. I've never missed a single day of my daughter's life. I missed my son's first steps because I was he had his first steps with a babysitter, and it broke my heart. But with her, I have been here for every single first, everything that she has been through, and I've never missed another day of any firsts with my son. I took him to his first day of school, his first day of pre-K this year, and I would have been in my own classroom. I would have been there with other people's children coming into their first day. I wouldn't have been there to walk him into his first day. And being there was so surreal, but being there and then seeing another little boy I knew because his mom is a teacher and she wasn't there with him, that really put things into perspective for me. So I have just completely changed my family's. Oh, and those student loan debts I had, they're all gone. Those credit cards I had, they're all gone. We paid off one of our cars last month, and the only debt we have left is our mortgage of our new house now and my car. That's all we have left. And because of this company, I've completely changed everything for my family and for my life.
Dang, that was so good. Oh my gosh, you gave me chills. I remember those days with those shots in the butt because I had the same thing. I had Kaylin really early, and I'm just, oh my goodness. Yeah, wow. Like, it's crazy what God puts on your lap, and like you can be so stubborn and just be like, nope, can't do it, can't do it, doesn't seem possible, doesn't seem possible. And then like when it just all works out for a reason. It's so crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna jump right into the next question we have. What does your daily schedule look like? Because I mean, I saw you actually posted on the Lifers page a schedule that really helped out my family, and just kind of really like making sure that I'm intentional with my time. So I just want you to go over that and kind of talk to everybody about what your schedule looks like every day.
Okay, so the 4 most important things that I do every single day, day in and day out, is I do personal development. I post, which means on my page and in my story. I message, which could be different things depending on the day. And I add more friends. I expand my network. So I'm going to tell you, instead of what my schedule is, I'm going to tell you how I came up with my schedule, because that will be more meaningful in helping you figure out how you can do it too. So when I was really struggling with trying to juggle mom life and still my business, and even when I was still working, it was like I was constantly trying to keep my head above water, but nothing I was doing was being successful. I was trying to juggle everything at the same time, and although I was still juggling them all, nothing was really going anywhere. I was sucking at everything that I was doing. So I had to force myself to make a schedule, because I'm better on a schedule. If I know what I'm doing at each time of the day, it helps me, especially now that I'm home. When you come home and you don't work anymore, and you're so used to being on a routine and getting up and going to work at the same time every day, and coming home and then making dinner, and then you come home and you're like, freedom, and do whatever I want. It's awesome, but it's a hard transition. We as human beings, we need repetitiveness. We need a schedule. So what I finally did, I sat down and I really intentionally jotted out the times of my day that I had to be doing certain things. So like the time that I get up, the time that I get my kids out of bed, if there's any specific activities through the day, like when I take my little boy to school, what time my little girl takes a nap, what time I pick my little boy up from school, what time we have dinner, what time my kids get in the bath, what time they go to bed. The big, most important things that I need to do day in and day out. I'm not talking about what time I brush my teeth, what time I brush my hair. I'm not doing all the piddly stuff. I'm just doing the things that have to happen at the same time each day. So when I took out a piece of paper and I jotted all of those things down and kind of made them spaced out, and then I looked to see where I had gaps in my day. I realized my biggest gaps were 3 times of the day, and that might not be the same for you, but for me, I had time. If I made my side note, I hope it doesn't offend anybody. I love Jesus, but I curse a little. If I got my ass out of bed early enough in the morning, I would have time before my children got up. I feel like we can all say that, but it's harder than it seems sometimes. So I had a gap of time before my kids got up, if I got myself up. I had a gap of time every day when my daughter is napping in the afternoon, and I have a good bit of time in the evening when my kids go to bed before I go to bed. So there were 3 solid different times of the day that I knew that I could intentionally be doing something. So then I took my most important tasks that I need to be doing every day, and I plopped them in those empty times. I wasn't like, I'm going to work from now to now, and then now to now, and then now to now. I was like, no, I am going to send firm requests and follow-up messages from now to now. I'm going to post on my page into my story from now to now. I'm going to do personal development and whatever else I need to do from now to now. I took those tasks and I made myself a schedule. I intentionally put them in those places, so I wasn't just like, okay, I've got time to work my business. What should I do? I am super ADD. If I didn't put those tasks in those places, I would be like, I need to do this. Oh, I just remembered this. Oh, I got to do that. Oh, I got to remember this. And I would never get anything done. So I had to really nail down a schedule for myself. But then after I did it, I didn't get flustered if I didn't get those things done. That was my rough draft. I just did it again and changed it and did it again and changed it until it was the way that it should work for me. Now, do I do that day in and day out? No, I am not that adulty of an adult, but I try to stick to it the best that I absolutely can, because it does keep me focused and driven. It really does. I know that didn't directly answer your question, but I hope that helped more.
No, that was perfect. That's exactly literally what I was kind of getting at. Yeah, I think everybody needs to hear that, and we don't talk about it a lot, is once you go full-time with this business, and I know a lot of people are working, so when you're working, it just seems like you get a lot more done in less time when you're working, because you just have to. And
right.
When you go full-time with this business, you got all this time in the day, what are you going to do? And so I think it's that I hit that too. So it just comes down to, you've got to make time for your business, and you've got to make time for your family and your husband, your kids, your activities and stuff. That's the point of this business. So I really wanted you to just touch on that.
And even when I was still working full time, I made sure that I was not eating with my coworkers for lunch, or just watching a video on that my lunchtime I was eating and I was working my business.
That's
Even
so
though
good.
that one.
Next question, how do you enroll your DTs? Because we all want to know, like, how the heck did you do $1,100? Like, I'm like, dang, I need to do that. So
Any way I can. So I feel like a lot of you really need to hear this first. I have always been really good at enrolling loyal customers, and I told myself so many times in the past, I'm so good at enrolling customers, but I'm not that great at enrolling distributors. First of all, when you're speaking that out and you're saying that, hell no, you're not going to be good at it. You're the one that's saying that you're not. So when I finally was like,
sorry, this is so insane because you literally sound just like me because I'm totally used to be that same person. So I'm sorry.
So when I was finally like, I'm not good at it, but I'm going to figure it out come hell or high water, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it good. Instead of allowing that to be my crutch, I started making that my drive and my determination. That's when things really changed for me. So up until the end of 2017, I enrolled, I did my steps of success every month, but barely. I would enroll that third distributor and I'd be like, okay, I don't have to worry about that until again next month. How freaking dumb is that? Why would I just be like, whoo, 3, done, let's move on. So dumb. That's so dumb. 2017, Kasey, you dumb. So when I finally was like, I'm gonna figure it out. I am going to figure out what the flip I am doing to not enroll more distributors. Why can I enroll 30 LCs, but I can't enroll 4 distributors? So dumb. But then when I really like reflected and totally picked apart my business like a freaking science project, I figured out that the reason that was happening is because I was posting every day about products. I was talking to people every day about products. I was messaging every day about products. I was following up every day about products. So guess what I was getting? Customers, 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 customers. When I totally flipped that and I put that much time and effort and I started posting every day about the business, I started talking to people every day about the business, I started messaging every day about the business, I started following up every day about the business, guess what happened? And honest to goodness, that is all that it took. I just needed to realize that I had to put more time and effort into it. But to make sure that the time that I was putting into it was spent wisely, I went to YouTube and watched every video I could from any top income earner, VIP leader, anybody that wanted to teach me anything about how to enroll distributors. I watched every video I could get my hands on, and the things that they taught me, I applied it to my business. The things that I didn't like or that didn't work for me, I threw them out the window. The things that were working for me, and I was like, I'm seeing progress with this. I did it, and I did it again, and I did it again, and I did it better until I was perfecting it. So I literally just took what I was doing and applied it to distributors, and they started coming in. So that I had that like aha moment on Black Friday of 2017. I had been really lollygagging with my business. I was a double diamond, barely getting paid as a diamond. And I started really mass enrolling loyal customers that week because of our Black Friday deals. And it was like it reignited my fire, and I remembered the things that I was capable of doing. So then I took that fire and applied it to distributors. That next month I enrolled 8. The following month I enrolled 18 for $99 in January of 2018. I was the number 3 distributor enroller in the whole company. Not even 60 days later. It was the end of November to the beginning of January when I remember sitting at conference, and they said, we're going to give you, what was it, like a certain percentage of every person's check that you enroll this month. And I already had enrolled like 8. I sat there and cried like a lunatic because it's like, I've already got a jump start on this. Oh my gosh, and it was just crazy. So yeah, that's what I did. So now the things that I do specifically, you're like, okay, that's awesome. Tell me what you do. The things that I do to enroll distributors. Number 1, at the beginning of every single month. Do you guys do host to post? Like, please, God, say yes. Okay.
For LCs, right?
LCs, yes.
Oh, that's all I do. So that's how I've taught my team. So yeah.
Good. I'm going to teach you how to turn your LC host to post into distributors.
Okay, cool.
So last month in August. I think about where I was in my life. Last month in August, let's say I did 100 hosted posts. This month in September, there's 2 different things that I do. Number one, every single person that did a hosted post for me, I reach out to them at the beginning of every single month. The people that did a hosted post for me the month before, I'm bringing up my scripts. I'm like an open book, and I will literally tell you everything that I say. I just want to see everybody win. I message every single one that, well, there's 2 different things I do for this actually. The first day of the month, we invite, everyone on my team invites all of the people that did host a post for us the month before to a live opportunity and giveaway event. So everyone's hopping on there because they want to see if they're the ones that won the money. But while I'm doing the giveaway video, I'm dropping the business. Everyone's always saying, why are you people giving away money? So I use that to my advantage. Let me bring this up. And when I go live, I'm the only one that goes live. Here we go. So I go live on that opportunity event, and I'm hoping that the people that did the host post for us the month before, they're going to hop on and they're going to hear me talk about what the business has done for me and why we're giving away money, because we've been blessed by this business. So that's kind of like planting the seed in their mind. The next day, we reach out to them, everyone on my team, we reach out to them and we say this exact message in that link that I just sent. I pitch them the business, but I use it in a way that I am like transitioning from host to post. So I say, hey girl, I just want to thank you again for putting that post up for me last month and helping me reach my goal. Have you ever considered working with me for some extra money? I think you would be amazing, and what you did by posting for me is exactly what I do every day, except I get paid for it. That's the important part. You want me to send you some info? So they've already watched this video. Oh shit, I just hit my knee on the desk. I'm okay. They've already watched this video about me telling my story. But then I hop in their inbox and, you know, they may not have messaged me and said, hey, I'm interested, but I'm sliding in their inbox like, hey, have you ever thought about this? And I'm hoping they're already thinking about it because they watched the video from the night before. I keep the video super short. I can actually probably send you the link. Remind me after we hop off of here, and I'll send you the link to my live event that I just did one last night.
Awesome.
So that's the first thing that I do with my host to post from the month before. I send the person that posted it this message. I sign distributors from that every single month. Every month I get at least one distributor from that message. The second part, the people that commented on the host to post from last month, I've already talked to them at least one time about the products, right? That's like my general rule of thumb. It's not a thing, but for me, I want to be in someone's inbox at least one time before I'm messaging them about my business. So I've already talked to them, you know, from the previous month because they were asking about products or whatever. So then I get in their inbox and I ask them this month if they would like to host a post for me. So these people that commented on last month's host a post, I'm asking them to do a host a post for me this month because they're still fresh. Like, you know, they aren't people that have just been on my friends list for an eternity. I just talked to them last month. So I'm like, hey, I'm doing this giveaway. Do you want to be entered in it? Blah, blah, bloop, whatever. You know why I'm doing that? Because next month I'm going to ask them, hey, I just wanted to thank you again for putting that post up for me. I'm going to ask them to join my business. So it's like a 1, 2, 3 thing. The first month they're commenting on a host to post. The second month I'm asking them to put one up. And that third month I'm asking them if they want to be a distributor. So that's like my host to post PDT pitch that I've just recently started doing. I've been doing, you know, asking the people that are posting for a long time, but just recently I started thinking, I'm constantly looking for new people to put host to posts up for me every month. Why don't I just ask the people that I added last month that were commenters on the host to post? That way next month I can pitch them the business. I'm like, whoa, why have I not thought of this all along? So that's the first way that I sign distributors. The second way, when someone comments on a host to post about a product and they are about to place an order, and I legit mean the last thing that they are about to do, like you've already got their info or you're about to send them that shopping cart link. If you don't know about the shopping cart link, you need to learn it because it's a life changer. P.S. You can find a video about that on my YouTube. So right after I've already got their information or I'm about to send them the link, then I ask them I pitch them the business. Guys, I am a solid red, but my green is not far behind, so I literally have a Google document for everything. I don't do voice messages because I just jack them up and I'm like, I'm talking to you about a product and next thing I know, I'm telling you about something that happened in 7th grade or something. And I'm like, what the shit am I doing? So I don't voice message. I type everything out because it's a friggin' disaster. Okay, so every time you talk to a potential customer about ordering, I challenge you to send them this message before you put their order in. Yeah, Google Doc for everything. Amanda knows. She's on my team. Quick question. I have no clue if you'd be interested, but I'd feel bad if I didn't ask. Would you be interested in becoming a rep like me? I can help you get these products all for free in your first month and make some extra cash. If not, no pressure at all. I just had to ask. So, of course, the free products in their first month is the shopping spree you can help them earn. Who would say no to that? I mean, don't get me wrong. Some people will say no, but at least you ask. And I don't ask until the very last minute because at least I know if they say no that they're already going to sign up to be a customer and I have that to fall back on. They're already going to be an enrollment. I don't throw it like in the middle of talking to them because I want, a confused mind always says no. So I finish with what I'm talking to them about and then I drop that at the very last minute before we place their order. So even if they say no, you've already planted that seed in their mind. You've already told them about it and they've already got time to think about it while they're trying the products as a customer. So that's the second way I sign distributors. Third way I sign distributors is I put up a post about my business dang near every single day. Every single day. I do host a post at the rear end for products. So the way that I see it, if I can be using my page to talk about the business opportunity, then I can be using other people's pages to talk about the products. I hardly ever post about products on my own page because that's what Host a Post is for. I can be talking about the products on other people's pages, so I use my page to attract distributors. So if you go to my page, you will see lifestyle posts after lifestyle posts after lifestyle posts, business, 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 business. You'll see maybe two product posts from the entire month of August, honestly, because I do Host a Post. So every time I put up a business post, I don't care if you comment on it or not. If you like it, I'm going to send you a screenshot of the post and I'm going to say, hey, thanks for the love of my post. Are you interested in what I do? That's all I say. I got that from Jade Hooper. I just keep it super simple. Don't ever think what you're saying to people. You don't have to have the most beautifully written. You're not like a freaking poet. We're not here to wow people with our words. We're just here to give people the information and make them interested. And if you keep it simple, it's going to attract them more. Like I said, a confused mind always says no. So, hey girl, thanks for your love on my post. Are you interested in what I do? And then I go from there. Let me think. Occasionally, I will cold message people. Some people don't like to hear that, but I don't see anything wrong with cold messaging. Now, I do think that I do need to elaborate. I don't message anyone that's not on my friends list. Don't be that person, okay? I don't message anyone that's not on my friends list. And by cold messaging, what I mean is I reach out to people about the business that haven't reached out to me first. So if I see some qualities in someone, like I see someone doing a live video and I'm like, all right, what's she trying to sell me? Because usually people that are on live videos are doing it for a reason, right? And then I go to her page and I'm like, oh, hot damn, she's not with anyone. I'm going to message her. If you're already willing to put your face on a live video, I'm going to slide in your inbox and tell you would be good at what I do because that's awesome. So that's what I mean by cold messaging. But I don't message people like that unless I have been in their inbox at least one time before, even if it's just to say, hey, just wanted to say hi since we've never spoken before. And that's it. And if there's anyone on my team, I seriously do like anything that I can possibly think of to get distributors. But hey, Natalie, that right there is my accountability partner and my business bestie. No. Nope. I don't have anyone tag me in Host a Post.
Yeah, that's what I was going to lead into is Host a Post. If you want to, do you want to touch on that? Just how you stayed so successful because like you're still consistently signing LCs every single month. And we've heard so many people have said, Host a Post not working anymore. What Host a Post is working for you? It's not true. Like it's just, You just keep going. Go. You go into yours.
I would encourage you to find me on YouTube and watch the most recent video I've posted, because literally, what was it? Right at the end of last month, I posted a video on the Lifers page for triples and above, but I also downloaded it to my phone so that I could upload it to my YouTube. So it's now on my YouTube about why Host to Post is still working for me. And in a nutshell, I'm authentic and original. When you are, oh, for the love, when you are posting what Host to Post is working for everyone else, but then you're also the one that's saying, don't copy and paste everyone else's post. You want to change up a couple words because the algorithm doesn't like it. What the French do you think the algorithm is doing if everyone is using the same freaking Host to Post? That's why it's not working. You have to be, somebody just subscribed to my YouTube. Thank you. You have to be original. I wrote my own Host to Post. I'm not creative. Like, nothing that I do typically is original because I just suck. I'm not good at being creative. But I took the whole Host to Post idea and I wrote my own. I made it short enough that I could ask people to use a color background. I very specifically say, do not tag me in this post, please. That's another YouTube video you can watch. And there was a couple different points I made in that video. I can't even remember all of them now. But the biggest thing is I'm not using the same post that everyone else is using. The one that I'm using is successful because nobody else is using it. You can ask my team that's on here, do you guys know what Host to Post I'm using? Nerp. And it kills me to not tell them because I want to be like, hey team, go use this because I'm signing 30 customers a month from it. But I can't. If I went out and told everyone, it would no longer be successful. So, but is Tammy Keller who's on here? I don't know if she's on here or not. What am I doing? She's on my team. This is in alphabetical order. H-I-J-K-T, Tammy, yeah. Tammy Keller, who is a rock star on my team. The other day, I messaged her because she was bragging. I have a runner's chat, and she sent a screenshot of a Host to Post that she's doing after she has completely revamped hers from that video, which everyone on my team that was saying my Host to Post aren't working that well, once they've revamped them now, everyone was like, oh my gosh, my Host to Post are working again. They're all excited. But she revamped hers and she got, I don't remember, what was it, Tammy, like 40 some comments on a Host to Post the other day. So she like scratched out the actual Host to Post so we couldn't see it and sent a screenshot in our runner's chat and said, I just wanted to brag. She had so many comments on it. And so I PM'd her and I was like, that's so awesome. I'm just curious. I just want to know what your Host to Post says. And she said, nope. She shut me down. She put me in my place and I was dying. I thought it was so funny. She would just give me a taste of my own medicine. Tammy is one of the only reds I've gotten. So when she gives it to me, I appreciate it.
That's so awesome. Another thing I think you said in that video, which they can go watch it. I think we've even shared the video on our team chats and stuff, but she doesn't Host to Post the first 15 days, right?
Oh, yeah. I don't do Host to Post all month long, so I really feel like that does give my algorithm like a little bit of a rest. So my algorithm isn't seeing my friend Casey, my friend Casey, my friend Casey all month long, because I don't change my Host to Post wording. I do the same one like every time. But I don't do Host to Post the 1st through the 15th because I focus on nothing but distributors the 1st through the 15th. When I am doing Host to Post, and this is just something I've started doing the last couple months, I started feeling like this is silly. I say that I'm focusing on nothing but distributors the first half of the month, then why am I doing Host to Post? Even if I am putting like all of my focus on distributors, I'm really not if I'm doing product Host to Post, because that's taking time away from me looking to find distributors. If I have to go check on those Host to Post and I have to go message those people, I could be messaging people about the business instead. So I stopped doing Host to Post the 1st through the 15th. And you know what's so crazy? My goal every month is to sign 30 loyal customers because I know that I can. But I was kind of worried like, oh, maybe I'm not going to get my 30. Well, that's not true, because when I am putting lots of effort into Host to Post the 16th through the end of the month, that's when I'm planting those seeds. We all know that the seed, you don't eat the fruit the same day you plant the seed. So I'm still enrolling customers the 1st through the 15th, but they're all from the Host to Post that I've done the month before. And then when I'm focusing on distributors the 1st through the 15th, I'm still enrolling distributors the 16th through the end of the month. But that's because those are from the seeds that I planted at the beginning of the month. And the reason that I do it distributors first and loyal customers second is because If the loyal customers come second, I can use those customers to fast start qualify my distributors to get the fast start bonuses, which is why we are all here today.
That's amazing. Wow. I think Natalie had a question quick. How has reaching out and sending messages for birthdays helped your business? Have you noticed a correlation with them enrolling?
I could tell you if I did it consistently. I don't send birthday messages very often because I just get so caught up in everything else. So I do every once in a while, but not enough that I really could say that it's affected it because I don't do it enough.
Okay. I am just such a green. Oh gosh, she is. I am like the polar opposite of all green. I'm like your yellowish closet red. And so I literally, yeah, they say it on my team chat. They're like, oh, closet red Ashley's coming out today. And so anyways, yeah, I'm so far from green. So I always have to go and ask our greens on our team about those kind of questions. So yeah, anyways. I only have one more question. If anybody else has any questions, feel free to drop them. I know she has a Zoom here in like 8 minutes, so we're gonna hurry up.
Oh, no. It's not until I've got 17 minutes left.
Okay, perfect.
I just wanted to have time to breathe for a few minutes.
Right.
But we can go up to like 5 till and I'll be good.
Okay, sounds great.
Reapply my deodorant after.
This is the last question for me, so if anybody has any more, go ahead and drop them. How do you train your new DTs? Do you train them to like enroll DTs, fast start them and all that? Just kind of understand the fast start process and like how you train your DTs to sign DTs type deal. Cause I think that's what a lot of people struggle with when they first start. Like it's easy to sign a loyal customer. I mean, it is. All you have to do is do host a post long enough or talk to so many people, you're going to sign someone. You're going to sign your mom or someone you're going to sign up. So like the hard part is getting someone to sign up with you for $99. And I feel like that's what a lot of newbies get stuck in their head. So just kind of like, how do you train your new DTs to sign DTs?
So, first of all, I want to say I fast start qualify almost all of my own distributors. I don't wait for them to get their customers. That's my bonus on the line, not theirs. They shouldn't give two shits about me earning $100. So that's my job, is to help them get fast start qualified. Now, I do have some that get themselves fast start qualified sometimes, and that's freaking glorious. But so training new DTs, the first thing I train them on doing is, getting their shopping spree. And I just kind of walk them through day by day. I don't throw everything at them at once anymore because I was doing that. I was saying, okay, go to my team page, watch all these videos, let me know when you're done. And I realized that was kind of like information overload, and I needed to simplify that. So I started going like day by day. And now this is the one thing I will not send you because I'm still like perfecting it. I can't say that it's any good yet because I've just started this in the past month and a half or so, but it's going really well. So on their first day, I have them do a host to post for me before they ever even announce their business. They put a host to post on their page, and when anyone comments, I have them put me in a group message with them so that they are reading the things that I'm saying to these potential customers and hopefully taking it all in and learning from that. But I also have them, and I tell them their first goal, I tell them to get 5 customers in the first 30 days because you know that you could get to 4 customers and not quite have that 150 you need. So everyone on my team thinks that your goal is to get 5 customers in 30 days, and that gets you your shopping spree. It's just a nice little surprise when they get 4, and sometimes it gets them there. So I have them do a host to post, and then I have them take the color personality test because I'm really big on that, and that helps me as their leader understand how I can talk to them. I'm not going to say the same things to a red that I can say to a yellow. And I'm sure as hell not going to say the same things to a yellow that I can say to a red. So the next day I have them do their first post. We do a teaser post like, OMG, I can't believe what I just did, or I'm so excited to share some awesome news with you guys later, something like that, just to create curiosity. And then that evening I have them put up their lifestyle post, and I tell them that their homework that day is I want them to go to their Connect app. I have them start utilizing their Connect app, and I want them to watch the product videos that are on there. There's only like, I don't know, 8, and they're all super short. it gives them just a good general idea of what some of our best selling products are before they fully jump in. So the following days, there's only like 6 days that I send them like little bits here and there, here and there. And some of the next things are that I talk to them is I'm giving them a post every single day. But some of the other things I'm talking to them about is their auto shipment. One day I teach them how to add new friends and where to go to do that and stuff like that. And then the last day I teach them about host to post. And I'm like, remember that thing I had you do on the first day? Yeah, we're going to start doing that now for you. I'm just kind of like slowly getting them into the business. However, I did enroll a red about halfway through last month, and she one day just said to me, is there anywhere that I can go watch this, like a whole bunch of videos and learn everything? And I'm like, yes. So that was when I sent her just a whole bunch of stuff to look into, and she took off. And then one day she messaged me. She was like, I just enrolled my 5th loyal customer. I was like, excuse me, what? Did you even tell me you had one? Like, what? Do you have a sister that wants to do this too? But it just depends on the person. Most people, I hold their hand and walk them through like one new thing every single day for like the first week-ish. It's less than a week, really. And that is time consuming, but I have to put a lot of effort into my new distributors if I want them to be successful. I didn't used to do that. I used to just send them off and then they wouldn't be successful. And one day, a couple months ago, I looked back at myself. I actually was talking to Amber Parker on the phone. I was like, Amber, I've enrolled like 30 some distributors over the last 2 months, and there's only like 2 of them that are even signing any customers. That's a me problem. That's not a them problem. How can I make this better? And that's another thing. When you know that there's something that you are not doing right, you have to be willing to ask for help. Don't ever think that you are too good to say out loud that you need help with something, because we need to constantly be learning and constantly be bettering ourselves and our businesses. So that was when she and I talked, and she helped me with some stuff, and I am signing quality people and helping them be successful again for the first time in a long time. I don't even remember the flipping question now. I am so sorry. Oh, how do you train your new distributors? So once they earn their shopping spree, I do send them some videos to watch, because they've really got their feet wet. They kind of have a good concept of what they're doing. I do send them